Body measurement. Before you can draft your pattern, you need to take body measurement. Measurement taking is essential to the fitting of your sewing project. How to take measurement. Get a friend or a sewing buddy to take your measurement and in turn take their own measurements too. The person to be measured should stand straight in a natural posture and the person taking the measurement should stand at the side. Take measurement from the side of the body in order to have a good view of the front and the back of the person being measured. When taking measurements, place the metal tip of the tape end at one reference point and extend the rest of the tape to the next reference. The tools you will need in taking body measurements are tape rule, a string, a pen or a pencil, and a notepad. The measuring tape. The measuring tape comes in two major units, the imperial unit of inches or the metric unit of centimeters. Here is the conversion table of imperial to metric. Download a copy and it can become handy when you're drafting. In pattern drafting, we have some measurements that are called fixed measurements that are required to be used alongside the direct measurements you have. Back shoulder slant, which is 2 inches. We have the front shoulder slant, which is 1.5 inches for breast measurements below 38 inches and 1.75 inches for bust measurements above 38 inches. We have the neck to neck measurement for adults, which is about 3/4 of an inch, and the waist to hip measurement for most females is 8 inches. Attached to this course is a measuring data sheet. Download a copy of the measuring data sheet. As you're taking the measurement of your friend, it's good to write down the measurements. When taking measurements, all measurements should be taken without ease. That is, don't put your fingers in between the tape to add some extra inches or centimeters to the person being measured. The measurement should be exact without adding any ease to the measurement. Locate the natural waist. This is normally the thinnest part of the torus. The string should be tied around the natural waist. The string should not be tied too high or low, but right at the waistline. Neck. Take the measurement of the circumference of the base of the neck. Measure around the neck, slightly passing the tape around the top of the most prominent vertebrae at the base of the neck and the inner part of the collar bone at the front. Here is a handy tip. The measurement should normally be around where a small chain would sit. Record your reading. The bust measurement. Stand at the side of the person, passing the tape over the fullest part of the bust, keeping the tape level at the back. Ensure that the tape measure does not slip down the back. Take the measurement of the circumference of the bust and record your reading. Under bust. Stand at the side of the person, pass the measuring tape around below the bust. This is the measurement of the circumference of the rib cage right under the bust. Record your reading. Bust span. Stand in front of the person, measure the distance between the nipples, and record your reading. Shoulder front. Stand in front of the person. Take the measurement from one shoulder point to the other shoulder point. The shoulder point is the place where the arm joins the shoulder. Record your reading. Across chest. Stand in front of the person. Measure from one armhole across the chest to the other armhole. Record your reading. Waist. Stand at the side of the person. Pass the measuring tape around the natural waist. Take the measurement of the circumference of the waistline and record your reading. Hip. Stand at the side of the person. Take the measurement around the fullest part of the hip. The hip is normally located 8 inches below the waistline for females and 9 inches below the waistline for males. Take the measurement of the circumference of the hip and record your reading. Lower abdomen. Stand at the side of the person. Measure 4 inches below the natural waistline. Then take the measurement of the circumference of the lower abdomen. Record your reading. Shoulder back. Stand at the back of the person. Take the measurement from one shoulder point to the other shoulder point. The shoulder point is where the arm joins the shoulder. Record your reading. Across back. Stand at the back of the person. Measure from armhole across the back to the other armhole and record your reading. Bust point. Stand in front of the person. Measure from the neck point. The neck point is where the neck joins the shoulder. So measure from the neck point to the bust tip, that is the nipple, and record your reading. Front to waist. Stand in front of the person. Measure from the neck point over the fullest part of the bust to the natural waist. Record your reading. Full front length. Stand in front of the person. Measure from the neck point over the fullest part of the bust to the hip and record your reading. Neck to waist length. Stand at the back of the person. Measure from the most prominent vertebrae at the base of the neck to the natural waist. Record your reading. Full back length. Stand at the back of the person. Measure from the neck point over the back to the hip. Record your reading. Side waist to knee. Stand at the side of the person. Measure from the waist down to the knee and record your reading. Side waist to ankle. Stand at the side of the person. Measure from the waist down to the ankle and record your reading. Side waist to floor. Stand at the side of the person. Measure from the waist down to the floor and record your reading. Front dress length. Stand in front of the person. Measure from the neck point over the bust to the floor and record your reading. Back dress length. Stand at the back of the person. Measure from the neck point over the back and to the floor and record your reading. Now to the sleeves. The person being measured should stand akimbo. Stand at the side of the person. Let the person place their hand akimbo. Measure from the shoulder point over the elbow to the wrist. This is for a full sleeve length. Do the same for any desired sleeve length you want. Remember, the shoulder point is the place where the arm joins the shoulder. Record your reading. Wrist. Stand at the side of the person. Measure loosely around the wrist and record your reading. the biceps. Stand at the side of the person. Let the person place their hand akimbo. Measure loosely the fullest part of the upper arm and record your reading. The measurements below are the additional measurements that you need to record when sewing trousers. Knee circumference. Take the measurement of the circumference of the knee with the person standing up. Do not fold the leg at the knee. Take the measurement of the knee circumference again with the person sitting down. The difference in both measurements gives you an idea of how much ease you will need around the knee to allow for free movement. Record your readings. Thigh circumference. Take the measurement of the fullest part of the thigh. This is approximately 3 inches below the crotch area. Record your reading. The bodice. Ask your friend to sit on a flat stool. Take the measurement at the side of the person from the natural waist to the top of the stool. That is the bodice measurement.